Hello guys, Miwaki there. Gear just got a full rework. If you've been sitting on max level 80 legendary gear wondering what's next, this is the video. We are covering the entire system from scratch. How level 1 to 80 works if you knew, what actually changes past level 80, the new Mythic store tier, the brand new gem smelting feature, and because I know that's what you're really here for, exactly how many materials a full lineup costs at every stage. Short disclaimer, the numbers are from the Pioneer server and can change. Quick reminder before we start. A lineup here means 3 heroes, 4 gear pieces each. Head, arms, torso, and legs. That's 12 gears to build, level, and store. Every total in this video is for that full 12-piece lineup. If you already know this part, skip that part ahead. But I wanted this video to also work as a first-time guide since I've never actually covered base gear before. 2 component stacks on every piece, gear levels and star level. Head and torso scale your defense bonus as their level. Arms and legs scale attack. Leveling is also what unlocks your gems. 3 of them at level 10, 30, and 60, with a 4th slot coming from the new system, which we'll get to. The cost to level up starts at 20 forging kits to go from level 1 to level 2, and clips by plus 10 forging kits every single level after that. The bonus follows the same logic, plus 0.22 percentage points per level, starting at 2.2% on level 1, ending at 19.58% once a piece is full leveled at level 80 legendary. A few checkpoints are on screen so you can see the curve. Added all up, every single step from level 1 to 80 and 1 gear piece costs 32,390 forging kits to fully level. Multiply that by 12 pieces for a full lineup and you're looking at 3,088 and 680 forging kits just for leveling. No stars yet, that's a separate cost. Same structures as what we'll see in Mythic. Each star is actually built from 5 sub-branches, not one lump payment. The numbers below are already the sum total for that star. All 5 branches combined, paid in legendary Magma Crystal, and from the 3rd star onward, legendary Lightning Crystal 2. Per gear piece, that's 352 legendary Magma Crystal and 448 legendary lightning crystal to go from 0 to 4th star. For a full 12-piece lineup, 4,224 magma crystal and 5,376 lightning crystals. Here is the real bottleneck. It's lightning crystals. It's rare, it's expensive, and branches 3 and 4 alone eat 48 and 400 of it per gear. That's exactly why so few players actually have a complete level 80 4-star lineup right now. Most people are sitting on gear that's stuck at 3 stars because they simply haven't found enough lightning crystals to push further. Second constraint, right behind it, duplicates. Each brand also demands extra copies of that exact same gear piece. 1 copy for the 1st star, 3 more for the 2nd, 6 for the 3rd, and 10 more for the 4th. That's 20 duplicate copies of 1 single gear piece just to 4 stars each. Scale that up. 20 duplicates per gear slot time 12 slots in a lineup, and you need to craft 240 extra gear piece on top of the 12 you're actually occupying. Isolate just one slot across your three heroes, say head, and that's already 60 duplicate head of the same unit type. If you're already mid progress and spread thin across several lineup, here's the move. You can reset gear that's already invested in that third star branch, the one that eats 48 lightning crystals, and get that material back. Use that reset. Pull your lightning crystal back into one lineup and commit it to fully 4-starring the single lineup before you touch the next one. Half staring gear across three lineups burn the exact same rare crystal as fully finishing one, except nothing actually ends up maxed. Here's the actual news. Once a piece hits level 80 legendary with all 4 stars, you can put it into Mythic, a brand new tier that goes all the way to 140. The jump from 80 legendary to 80 Mythic costs 20 legendary Magma Crystal and 5 legendary Lightning Crystal per piece. In exchange, your bonus jumps plus 2 points in one go from 1958% straight to 2158%. That's also the entire point in the entire system where gear level touches your star effects. Your star bonuses actually upgrade to the mythic version here before going back to a level that only affects the flat bonus, same as before. Once you're mythic, the pace changes. Only 5 forging kicks per level instead of 10, and the bonus grows by 25 points per level instead of 22. At level 100, the current beta cap, that puts you at a 26.58% bonus. You'll see the exact stage by stage breakdown on the screen. Each stage costs more than the last, since the forging kit's cost keeps climbing the whole way. What actually matters is the total. Leveling one piece from level 80 Mythic all the way to level 140 comes out to roughly 57,150 forging kits. For a full lineup, that's close to 686,000. The real cap isn't 100 though. It's 140. Progression is gated in tiers, with roughly a 40-day lock before the next tier opens. If that pace holds all the way to level 140, you theoretically land around a 36.58% bonus. I want to be clear that's a projection, not a confirmed number. We simply haven't been able to take that far yet. Quick reminder here, in case you skipped part 1, you cannot touch Mythic Stars until that exact gear piece already has a 4 legendary star completed. There is no shortcut. Level 80 legendary fully 4-starred is the hot gate before Mythic Star even unlock. Same 5 branches per star structure as legendary, just now paid in Crimson Meteorite, alongside legendary magma crystals. The source data lists the cost of a single branch, so I've already multiplied by 5 below to give you the real cost of one full store. The beta personally caps you at level 100 right now, but the cost for the first through 3 serve stars are already documented and reliable, even if actually reaching level 120 yourself is still gated behind the Palyuk time. The 4 stars at level 140 is the only one still sitting in pure theory. The good news, Mythic Stars drop the duplicate requirement entirely. Remember the 240 extra copies you needed to 4-star a lineup in Legendary? Gone. Mythic Stars only ask for Crimson Meteorite and Magma Crystal. No more holding 20 identical heads per hero. That's a genuine quality of life win, and it means once you're in Mythic, you can actually spread your forging budget across other lineup instead of farming duplicates. One hard rule though, you cannot touch Mythic stars until that piece is already full 4 stars in Legendary. This system is built to force you to pick fewer lineups and commit to them. My Ruth recommendation, 1 lineup max if you're free to play, 2 for mid-spender, up to 4 for whales, maybe 5 if you're a Kraken. Here's the part that's genuinely new. Your gear gets a fourth gem slot unlocked at 100. It's not War Strategy Hero or Tactical Gem like the first 3. It's a brand new hybrid type called Composite Gem, and each one combines 2 effects at once. A unit-wide stat like health, attack, defense, or capacity paired with a hero stat like might, strategy, or armor. They spared us the siege attribute. The hero stat side rolls between might, strategy, or armor depending on the exact gem. That's what gives you the 11 possible combination on screen. The way to craft a composite gem is through the new gem smelting system, which is the mechanic we are covering next. This is the mechanic bundled into the Mythic update, Gem Smelting. It lets you convert gems you don't need into one of those composite gems. Pick the quality you want to smelt, common, advanced, or rare. Each smelt consumes 2 gems of the same quality, of any type, plus smelting point, 10 for common, 30 for advanced, and 90 for rare. You get 40 smelting point per day, capped at 200 stacked. Anything past that is lost, so use them at least every 5 days. The result is random, 9.1% for each possible complete gem, regardless of which 2 gems you fed in. Because the result is pure RNG, the smart play is to only smelt gems you weren't going to use anyway. Never sacrifice a gem you actually need for its normal effects. Keep mass fusing common and advanced gem as usual, and set your unused rare gem specifically for smelting roughly once every 5 days to avoid overflow. Purely baking out one lineup in composite gems, regardless of which specific gems you'll land on, takes about 27 days and 24 unused rare gems, and even then you'll want to reroll and swap over time to actually optimize the roll. We're setting expectation here. Even a perfect composite gem spread only adds up to roughly 18 stat points and 2,100 unit capacity, or 3.6% health, or 7.8 attack or defense across the lineup. That's not nothing, but it's clearly weaker than your mythical gems. So this is a bonus system for spare gems, not something to chase aggressively. Everything above added up for a complete 3-hero 12 gear lineup. This is the part you're really here for. So it's on screen in full, every stage, every material side by side, the short version, everything through 120, and third start is reliable documented data. Only the last line, level 120 to 140 for the first star, is a theoretical projection. Take those numbers as the best current estimate, not a final answer. So that's the full picture. You've seen the exact numbers on screen for every stage. The short version, legendary gear is known, grindable system with lightning crystals are your real shop point. Mythic is the new frontier, and the reliable data already takes you all the way through the third star at level 120. The four stars at 140 is still a theory, will only confirm once the tier gates open. If you're planning your farming around this, focus on fewer lineups. The Lightning Crystal bottleneck and the Mythic Store gate both make that non-negotiable. Drop your server and spender tier in the comments and I'll help you figure out how many lineups you should realistically be pushing. Salut!